Have you ever heard a story that sends a chill down your spine? One that makes you question the line between folklore and reality? Tonight, I'm going to share a story from a small, forgotten village, a tale that serves as a chilling reminder that some rules are not meant to be broken. In this village, nestled deep within a valley surrounded by ancient forests, there was one unbreakable rule: never, ever go near the old shrine at the edge of the woods after the sun has set. The elders spoke of it in hushed tones, their eyes filled with a distant fear. They said the air grew heavy there, that strange things happened when darkness fell. But you know how it is with rules, especially for the young and restless. They're like a dare, a challenge waiting to be accepted. Our story is about a young man named Kenji. He was brave, some would say reckless, and he grew up hearing these warnings. To him, they were just old tales, superstitions meant to keep children in line. He'd spent his whole life in that village, and the mystery of the forbidden shrine gnawed at him. What could be so terrible that an entire village feared it for generations? His curiosity became an obsession. One summer evening, as the sky bled into shades of orange and purple, Kenji made a decision. Tonight, he would uncover the truth. He told his family he was going for a walk, a normal enough excuse. But as he stepped out, the usual chorus of crickets seemed quieter, the air unusually still. An unsettling feeling began to creep in, but he pushed it aside. It was just his imagination, he told himself, fueled by years of spooky stories. He walked the familiar path leading towards the woods. The last rays of sunlight disappeared behind the mountains, and long, eerie shadows stretched across the ground. The forest entrance looked like a gaping maw, ready to swallow him whole. With a deep breath, he stepped into the darkness. The temperature dropped instantly. The air was thick and heavy. Just as the elders had described, he could feel the silence pressing in on him. A silence so profound it was almost a sound in itself. He walked for what felt like an hour deeper and deeper into the woods, his heart starting to pound in his chest. Then he heard it, faintly at first, then growing louder. A rhythmic, hypnotic beat. Boom, boom, boom. It was the sound of a drum, a taiko drum. But who would be playing a drum in the middle of the woods, in the dead of night? His fear was now battling his curiosity, but curiosity was winning. He had to know. He followed the sound, pushing through tangled branches and overgrown ferns. The drumming grew louder, more intense, a primal rhythm that seemed to vibrate through the very ground beneath his feet. And then he saw it. Through a clearing bathed in an unnatural, pale moonlight stood the old shrine. It was dilapidated, with a sagging roof and faded red paint, almost swallowed by the forest. But it was undeniably the source of the sound. The drumming was coming from inside. He crept closer, his steps silent on the damp earth. The shrine's paper doors were torn, and he peered through a large rip. What he saw made his blood run cold. The inside was empty. There was no one there. No drum, no musician. Yet the pounding sound was deafening, coming from all around him, as if the air itself was the drum. He stumbled back, his mind racing. How was this possible? As he tried to make sense of it, something else caught his attention. On the ground around the shrine, there were footprints appearing in the soft dirt, one by one, but there was no one making them. Invisible feet were pacing around the shrine, their steps heavy and deliberate. Kenji froze, every muscle in his body screaming at him to run, but he was paralyzed by sheer terror. Then the shadows began to move. Not the normal, flickering shadows cast by the moon, but something else entirely. The shadows of the trees twisted and writhed, separating from their sources. They began to dance. They formed humanoid shapes, tall and slender, swaying and spinning to the phantom rhythm of the drum. They moved with an eerie grace, their dark forms swirling around the clearing, their dance both beautiful and utterly terrifying. Kenji watched mesmerized and horrified as the shadow figures danced faster and faster. He felt a presence, a cold, ancient energy that was not of this world. It was a feeling of being watched by countless unseen eyes, of being an intruder in a ritual that had been happening for centuries. He finally understood the elder's fear. This wasn't a place for the living. A sudden, chilling whisper slithered past his ear. A sound like dry leaves rustling, but it formed a word, a name he couldn't quite understand. That's what broke the spell. Pure, instinctual fear took over. He turned and ran. He didn't look back. He ran faster than he ever had in his life, branches whipping at his face, the sound of the invisible drum, and the swirling shadows chasing him through the forest. He burst out of the woods, gasping for air, and didn't stop running until he was back in the safety of the village lights. The next morning, shaking, he confessed to the village elders what he had seen. They listened grimly, their faces etched with sadness, not surprise. They told him the story he had never heard. Decades ago, during a time of great famine, a festival to send back the spirits of the dead was interrupted and never completed. The spirits were trapped, left to wander the shrine, forever reenacting their final ritual, waiting for a release that never came. The drumming, the footsteps, the dancing shadows, they were the lost souls, forever bound to that place. Kenji never went near the woods after sunset again. The story serves as a stark warning. Some doors are left closed for a reason. Curiosity is a powerful thing, but sometimes the price of knowledge is far too high. What do you think? Was it just a hallucination brought on by fear, or did Kenji truly witness the dance of the lost spirits? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you enjoy tales of the unexplained and mysterious, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more stories from the shadows. Stay safe and stay curious, but not too curious. Thanks for watching.